Macmillan Audio presents Justice for Sara by Erica Spindler. Read for you by Tavia Gilbert. Chapter 1. Liberty, Louisiana, Monday, June 3rd, 2013, 10 a.m. Katherine McCall stood at the broken front gate and stared at the words that had been spray-painted in black across the yellow clapboard siding. Simple, ugly, a warning. We know you did it. No surprise there. Kat shifted her gaze. The once sunny yellow had turned forlorn. The white trim was peeling, the gardens overgrown and overrun by weeds. She pictured it as it had been the last time she'd seen it 10 years ago. The cute gingerbread cottage with the white picket fence, gardenias in bloom, their fragrance potent in the June sun. Not her childhood home. No, that had been a grand estate on the Tchefuncte River. Plantation grand, with white columns and a double gallery, a sweeping expanse of lawn with ancient live oaks and century-old magnolias, a swimming pool and cabana, a guest house and tennis courts, a home befitting the owner of McCall Oil. No, this had been her sister Sarah's cottage, her first home, her pride and joy. As it had turned out, the only home Sara would ever own. Regret and grief washed over Kat, as piercing as a fresh wound. If she hadn't been such a selfish little shit back then, maybe Sara would be alive today. Maybe her murderer wouldn't have had the opportunity. Kat reined in her thoughts, the regret. She couldn't change the past, no matter how hard she fought accepting it, no matter how far or fast she ran from it. Being back in Liberty was an acknowledgement of that. Kat unlatched the gate and stepped through. She'd thought she would never return. She had promised herself she wouldn't. Yet here she was, the scene of the crime, the place her life had come to a bloody, screeching halt. She started up the walkway, heartbeat quickening, breath coming fast and thin. Kat forced herself to keep moving, to put one foot in front of the other. She reached the porch steps, 3 of them, though it could have been 100 by the way she dreaded climbing them. She did anyway, crossed to the front door. With unsteady hands, she fit the key into the lock, turned it, and stepped into the foyer. Cousin Jeremy had opened the cottage and had it cleaned for her. The smell of the polish and cleaners still hung in the air. She closed the door behind her, but didn't move. Her gaze went to the spot where she'd found Sara, in a crumpled heap. Blood pooled around her in the shape of an amoeba. An amoeba. Kat remembered thinking that. She had just studied the single-cell organisms in science class. She stared at the floor, unable to tear her gaze away. The blood had subtly stained the honey-colored wood, creating a faint but permanent shadow. Or was that her imagination? The doorbell sounded. Startled, she jumped. Then, hand to her chest, peeked out the side light. A man, dark hair, good-looking, holding up a badge. The sight of it knocked the breath out of her.
"Miss Katherine, I'm afraid you're going to have to come with me."
"Ms. McCall? Sergeant Luke Tanner, Liberty PD?" Kat gazed at him, suddenly seeing the resemblance. Now, there was a name she had never wanted to hear again. She nodded and opened the door. "Hello, Sergeant. Did you say Tanner?"
"Yes, ma'am."
"Any relationship to Chief Stephen Tanner?"
"His son."
"Perfect." The sarcasm slipped past her lips before she could stop it. "Sorry, your dad and I have some uncomfortable history together."
"Funny, he and I do as well."
She surprised herself and smiled. "How can I help you?"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?